Volunteering will do a lot for you. Trust me, to do a lot for you. There are so many of my friends that, in fact, I feel like when I got to university, I didn't do more volunteering, and trust me, I'm regretting it after university. If I should go back for another degree or for my masters, I will do more volunteering, because you need to check these people. Is it resume or CV? What do they call it? You see them have experience in this. So all these things now from volunteering. They did all these things while volunteering. All their experiences they achieved. They gained those things while volunteering. So nobody's going to give you 10 years experience before you go out there and start chasing for jobs.
Hello, welcome to Voices of Regalo, where untold stories discover their strengths and everyday voices inspire extraordinary change.
In a world where the voices of many go unheard, we stand as a platform to amplify the stories, insights, and solutions for men, women, and youths across our nation.
Hello viewers, and welcome once again to the Voices of Regalo, a podcast powered by Regalo Hope Foundation. And I am your amiable host for today. My name is Orolua Abiodun, and with me today on today's episode is a very young, vibrant soul, as I love to say. And I'm just going to briefly read his profile before I finally introduce him to us all. So our guest today is a business educator, entrepreneur, and graphic designer passionate about empowering youth and young people, and is also passionate about promoting inclusive communication and education. He's a volunteer driven by compassion and a commitment to the development of his community. He's a recent graduate of business education, right, from Lagos State University. Let's welcome with us on set, Victor Ayemonison, aka Bezali.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's nice to have you today.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be here.
All right, so today we're going to be focusing on volunteering, right?
Yeah.
And what volunteering is about, especially in NGO Space. So we're going to be using RHF as a focus because you've been a volunteer for quite a number of months now. Yeah, so I think I would like to start with, how did you first, hear about Regalo Foundation?
Okay, so I heard about Regalo Foundation from where I was volunteering, basically as a graphic designer.
Okay.
So I started volunteering as a graphic designer at my local church. Yeah. So in the quest to grow, they sent a link to the group that, okay, if you want to know more about graphic design, then click on this link. Then I was privileged, to be part of the participants. Yeah, that was in 2023, I guess. So that's how I knew about Regalo Foundation. So I saw things that were happening here. I saw that, okay, they hosted the free graphic design training, and also I just wanted to be a part of everything that was happening. So that's why I just stay connected with Regalo
nice. So
Foundation.
what training was that you?
Yeah, that was the 2023 free graphics training. I don't know the name.
Yeah, I think it was
graphic
like
design training.
Yeah,
like a 3-month free training. Yeah, and the facilitator was very, very. I learned a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so that's beautiful, because I didn't even know prior to now that you got to find out about us through volunteering. So that means you've been doing this you've been volunteering for quite a while.
Yeah, for quite a while. Yeah.
Like how many years roughly?
I can't really put it yet to you, but let's say if it's volunteering in church, I've been volunteering maybe like since, let's just say, maybe secondary school.
Oh wow.
Let's just say 2013. I know.
Okay, so I'd like to know what inspired you to even volunteer.
Okay, so initially what inspired me to volunteer for graphic design was the quest to grow. Yeah, I wanted to grow more. I had mentors here that was like, you should do this, you should do that. I had people that were putting me in place, and they're like, if I want to do better, then I must learn to do better for other persons. So I must volunteer to grow. Yeah, and I found out I found it very, very helpful, because in my graphic design journey, the volunteer experience made me, to grow more, to learn more in that area.
So what also inspired you to volunteer, to say, I want to volunteer for RHF, aside the free graphics that you got to benefit from?
Aside the free, I feel like, I know that if you want to lead, you have to follow. I see many things. I see the great things that happen here in Regalo Foundation. Starting from that, the graphics training is never only what, I was a beneficiary of. I did the motion graphics training. Yes. So I saw the great things that were happening. I want to be a part of everything that's happening in the Regalo Foundation. So that's why I stayed connected, and I'm only ready to volunteer at any time.
Thank you. So most times, most young people see volunteering, or they perceive it as just offering your time for free without any compensation. They see it as, I'm just wasting my time doing this thing, I'm not getting any monetary value out of it, right? So from your experience now, what would you say is the true essence of volunteering, and what's like the benefit, the impact of volunteering? Okay,
so for me, the true essence of volunteering even goes beyond giving your time or financial compensation. I feel like if you're even volunteering, you should not put your mind to receiving anything. all the times I volunteered in Regalo Foundation, I didn't go home empty handed. No. But there are some times that you go to some organizations and you volunteer. I feel like if you are volunteering, you should not have it in mind that you want to collect. You are going there to offer your time, offer your skill, give purpose. Yeah, there are people, they are undeserved persons that I feel like your time, your skill can change their life. And so you really, if you are still unsure about, maybe like, the time, maybe the time management and all of that, you can start small. You don't need to do something that's bigger than you. You can start small. Even there's sometimes you can volunteer online.
Yeah.
So you get so for me, I feel like the sole essence of volunteering is to give life, give purpose. Volunteering is beyond just financial compensation.
Do you have an example of like an online volunteering?
Okay, after school, yeah, I was opportune to volunteer in, should I say, like a small, I don't know how to put it, but then like people came together and put something together. So that's life after school. So I was opportune to be the team lead. Oh, wow. Yeah. Even if I didn't volunteer, I'd have not been opportune to be the team lead. So life after school community, I was a team lead for the media and all of that. So we brought in many persons to come and talk to fresh graduates on how to navigate, life after school. Yeah, and that meeting really blessed a lot of people. So many persons came back to say, okay, they wish they like the meeting and they gained one or two from the meeting. So if we didn't volunteer, if nothing like that happened, we wouldn't have, touched lives.
Wow, I really love that. That's
Thank you very much.
There's an online aspect of volunteering.
Yeah, there's an online aspect.
Because a lot of work that we do at Regalo, to be very honest, it's because of the support we get from volunteers, people who are willing to offer their time, their strength, to just show up for us, their resources and all of that. So it's a really important part of any establishment. And even as individuals, you might feel like, oh, you need to maybe have a certain skill. You can be a professional and still volunteer maybe your time, your skill to do a training or what have you. So it's something that every person should imbibe into their hearts. So following up with that, I know that you volunteered on a couple of our projects. I know the Edu State Conference for one, right? So what would you say, can you share like an experience or a story Can you share an experience or a story from one of your experiences that has impacted you as a person?
Okay, so maybe let me share two stories.
Okay,
basically.
You have the floor.
All right, but I'm just gonna make them short. Okay, so my first Edu State Conference, that was 2024. Yeah, that's Uniting for Inclusive Education. I think I got that right. Yeah, Uniting for Inclusive Education. So that was the first time. I've seen many deaf persons. So I've seen deaf persons. But while I was growing up, I grew up with some deaf persons. But I used to have misconceptions about deaf, so I didn't even relate myself with them. Yeah, but that program made me. I attended the program. Deaf persons were there, and as a speaker was talking. I saw an interpreter interpreting everything. Like I was fascinated. That was beautiful to watch. So then when I wanted to do my volunteering duties, I wanted to relate to the day, but I didn't know how to. I saw the way they were doing their hands. It looked like magic to me. So like it sparked something in me. Like no.
You have to learn.
I have to learn this thing. So that's why I started learning sign language basically, and it has been very, very beautiful. That impacted me, and I really want to use my sign language skills to change. Should I just say change lives, like hearing impaired lives? I know. Okay, so the second experience was I feel volunteering, it unlocks things that you feel like you cannot do. So this year Edu State Conference, that's 2025 Edu State Conference, I was privileged to
our green carpet.
to anchor the green carpet. I've not done something like that before. I've always wanted to do something like that, but Regalo Foundation gave me the platform to express myself, and it was very, very beautiful. Thank you, Regalo Foundation.
If you didn't see him on the green carpet, you should go back and watch our video.
Right.
Yeah, so that experience was
it was amazing.
It was amazing.
Yeah, unforgettable experience.
We are blushing. Okay, so I'd like to also ask, because we'll have like diverse audience watching us, right? You have maybe some students who might be feeling like, okay, how do they even start volunteering? How can they start? How can they connect with organizations to be able to volunteer? Because it's not only at Regalo Foundation that you can volunteer. You can volunteer at different organizations. So how would you tell them to go about it?
Okay, so if you're a student, if you're just starting out and you want to know how to volunteer, I feel like the first thing for you to do is maybe look for openings. But if you know that there are openings already, that you are not just the one putting yourself in, this is a sign for you. Start volunteering. Your community needs you, and perhaps yourself, you need it. volunteering will do a lot for you. Trust me, to do a lot for you. There are so many of my friends that, in fact, I feel like when I got to university, I didn't do more volunteering, and trust me, I'm regretting it after university. If I should go back for another degree or for my master's, I will do more volunteering, because you need to check these people. Is it resume or CV? What do they call it? You see them have experience in this. So all these things now from volunteering. They did all these things while volunteering. All their experiences they achieved. They gained those things while volunteering. So nobody is going to give you 10 years experience before you go out there and start chasing for jobs. This is the time for you to volunteer. If you're a student, start volunteering now. If you're seeing this is a sign for you to start volunteering. Your community needs you and you need it.
Yeah, thank you. And I think volunteering it's not just limited to organizations. You can volunteer in your community, children around. You see certain people, they have maybe small groups, study groups for children and all of that. And that's also volunteering. You're giving out your time for free, and there is definitely a reward. The reward you're getting is the impact in the lives of these people and the organizations that you're also serving with. So it's not just limited to students. Any individual can volunteer, a parent, a student, anybody. You can choose to volunteer, a career professional also. You can volunteer your time, like I said, your skill, and just to make an impact in the lives of everyone around you.
And there's a reward for you too.
Yes.
Beyond money will finish.
Yes, and yes, beyond the money, to be very honest. Also, like he mentioned, it helped him to know how to better, he wanted to at some point in his life be a host, for a green carpet, and this gave him the opportunity. And it also helped him advance personally, right? Also, so it also helps your advancement as a person. You learn, you grow, you meet new people, you create new connections. Do you understand? You just discover that some things that maybe were alien to you before, but you're on the job, you are learning, and then they begin to open up to you, and then you begin to learn more. So thank you so much, Victor, for being here today. We hope that you keep volunteering with us. I will. Yes, we hope that you keep volunteering with us. So this brings us to the end of today's episode on volunteering. We're hoping that you don't just listen to our words, but you actually put them into action. You actually act, you volunteer. Yes, you volunteer, right? And so my name remains Oriolua Abiodun, your host for today on the Voices of Regalo, and we've just heard the voice of Victor. And so till we meet you again, or till you watch us again, stay tuned to Voices of Regalo.
The Voices of Regalo is a space to be heard, to learn, and to grow.
Stay tuned as we speak with experts to share real life stories and insights that you can use or pass on to someone who needs it. Together, let's raise our voices for actionable change.